Hi, everybody. It's me, Mitchell James, calling. Welcome back to MJTReviews. I'm doing semi-final four for Melodifestivalen, which just was on not that long ago. And oh my God. Oh, I forgot to turn this off. You might be able to hear me better now. Melodifestivalen semi-final four. Oh my God, it's my favorite. It was just incredible. The amount of talent was outstanding. So I'm going to talk about it and rank it from my seventh to my favorite. Comment, and I will respond to you. I love to see what everyone watching thinks. And so, yeah, my seventh favorite. Let's begin with that. So, seventh favorite is I Do by Arvingarna. This song seems like a period piece for me, like a tribute song. I actually think they could have done well singing a contemporary song because they were actually pretty good, but it just had a tribute song sound to me. I'm not really into tribute songs, especially by older people. It's a terrible thing to say, but because it seems like more like a reunion concert. You know how in the UK that's a really big thing, like Blue's doing at the moment and Five and all that. I'm sure this got some women in their 50s reliving their teenage days, but it's a bit of a bore. And would it even qualify if this was actually in Eurovision? So I give it a pass. My sixth favorite goes to Känner Dig by Anton Hagman. Following a huge number, which was the first to perform, and this was the second to perform, I feel like in Melodifestivalen anyway, second to perform just you don't do well. And maybe the producers and the director know that. But following a huge number, this one sort of fell flat to me. It was nice enough, but not a competition-based song. So my fifth favorite goes to Kärleken, kvar by Ann-Louise Hanson. Hanson, as they say in Sweden. It looked like a combination of a music video and a live musical special on stage, which I kind of liked. I find it fascinating that Sweden is really into that style at the moment, considering that Benjamin Ingrosso didn't do so well with that style, but Sweden don't care. They're just advancing it and they love it. I loved how she was telling a story. This song was in Swedish, and you didn't need to know Swedish to know that she was singing this song. She was looking you deep in the eyes, and it was a song of living a life. You know, that's what I got from it, and she was she found bliss. You know, this is actually a song that I would listen to on a typical Sunday. Really peaceful yet thought-provoking. Unfortunately, as this is Eurovision Song Contest, and it is a song contest nonetheless, I don't think that this song has a place to do that well at Eurovision. Nonetheless, I really appreciated it, and I actually thought it was a good song. One thing that Melodifestivalen has done really well is every semi-final they have their token older person, but the fact that they've had 4 older people in it is pretty amazing. I don't know any other national selection that would do such a thing. And they all brought something different. Some of them were a little bit old school Eurovision, but Ann-Louise Hanson was my favorite of the older generation, for sure, in all semifinals. My fourth favorite, I'll just check if there's any comments. Don't have any comments. Comment, I'm happy to read them out and engage with you. My fourth favorite is Stormbringer by Pagan Fury. Firstly, Sarah Dawn Finer going, Pagan Fury was so funny. While this is trying to give off a novelty goth vibe, I can actually hear a brilliant power pop song. Her range is so strong, a great melody in the chorus, a great high belt at the end of the chorus. There is a wonderful middle section in this song, so rare these days to say that. I think I said that though before with Victorious. I love the connection with the vocals and the lights. And an explosive ending. I actually love this song and her too. I didn't think they needed to go for the novelty goth vibe, pagan fury and all that kind of thing. But it's the name of the group. I don't know if this is, or it's not the name of the group because it's just one person, but she goes by Pagan Fury. I don't know if it's for the reason of Melodifestivalen or if she's been calling herself that for a while. But power pop song is all I heard. It made me think of the good peak days of Paramore and stuff like that. So my third favorite goes to On My Own by Bishara. On My Own is nothing like that. He actually had such a perfect tone. It sounded like it was so perfect that he was actually it sounded like he was lip syncing. And even though I know he couldn't be because the rules of Melodifestivalen are that you can't lip sync or anything like that. It's just so bubblegum pop, like it's so perfect. It's just so produced that it's sounds like he's lip syncing. The belt and the back and forth notes in the chorus was spine tingling. It was so good. If I can remember, it was like or something like that. But it just made it. That was probably my favorite thing about the song. Is what made me like go crazy about this song. Obviously, at first, I was like, "Oh my god, so young, maybe too young for the males." I feel like really young is just too young for Eurovision many of times. But he was confident. He owned the stage and the camera more than other people that were on this throughout the semifinals. He will have a huge career as a singer. I just know it for Bishara. Wish I was vocally that strong at his age. Very jealous. Maybe only criticism is that he is so overly produced, saturated, stage schooled in a way, hence why I think he is lip syncing. I know he's not lip syncing, but giving that he's just so peppy, it did sound like he was lip syncing. But overall, I loved it and it would do very well at Eurovision. I have no problem sending this, although I think there's some that are better, but he was really good. He actually let loose a little in the reprise performance because, as spoiler alert, as you know, I will mention later, but he did get through to the final. So it was actually good in the reprise performance because he kind of let loose a little because he was so excited and overwhelmed, which I actually thought was better for him. Usually people like the German national selection, watching sisters win was a little, oh gosh, like they're just not even singing. They're just so excited. But it actually helped for him and he sounded regular. So my advice would be, I understand to be stage schooled and all that. It's a really, work on your craft, but I think let loose a little, just only a little bit and you'll do really, really, really well. My second favorite, and it was a toss up between Bishara and my second favorite because I kept going back and forth. I liked both so much. I loved them so much. It was a really tough semifinal. Kind of irritates me that they didn't put some of these in semifinal 2. But yeah, they clearly wanted to have a diverse final as well, to have some strong ones. But, that's just from a production side. Second favorite is Torn by Lisa Ajax. Lisa has a striking, crystal clear belt. The staging and lighting made her look like $1 million. She has a lot to thank for the staging and lighting. She's pretty herself, but I mean, she looked like so much money had been put into her. The end where she belted and gave like a soulful riff like melody cutoff. Oh my God, I absolutely loved it. That just made me sure that it was a second place for me. A really special singer and a song. It's like it's like many special songs, that you expect from a Swedish national selection. But she did it and she delivered it really well. Then there was my favorite. which is two. I'll just check if I got anything in the comments. I got Jen's place back. Hi, Jen. So she said, I really think that John will win Melodifestivalen. Have many friends and relatives who love it. The jury will love it too, I think. But my personal favorite is still John or Jon Henrik. It is different. Well, let me talk about my favorite, which is that John's oh wait, so who are you talking about? Are you talking about I know that you liked Jon Henrik, I think it is, but this one is actually my favorite, which is John Lundvik. I don't know if you're talking about Too Late for Love. Maybe clarify, but I'll talk about that one anyway. It's my favorite. Straight away, I knew that this was my kind of song from the start. Like as soon as it started, I loved it more and more as the song went on. The light thing at the top just was so good. It reminded me of Caesar Samson last year straight away, which I was obsessed with. It was my favorite song from the time I heard Nobody But You. And definitely he has a lot of thank you notes to write to Caesar Samson because this was clearly inspired by that. Sweden looked at that and said, how can we incorporate that into a song and make it a winning song? And they've done it. And they've gone one up, I think. He has a crazy amount of dynamic, brought it from a 7. The song started from a 7 and went up to a 10. And oh my gosh, a freaking key change. It was an incredible key change as well. Just one that I was unexpecting, would you believe? This would do so well in Eurovision, obviously. I love the end with the music going into like a great mix, like da, 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 like the chords kind of do that, and it just makes it really, it's like the 3rd, 4th time you've heard the chorus, and it just, how do they make it an occasion, a new special occasion? The fact that they did that was incredible. Maybe my favorite out of all the songs I've heard so far. I think it is my favorite out of all the songs I've heard so far. And I would go as far to say that if this song represents Sweden to win, although I haven't heard all the songs, but it would have to take a lot for me to get past Sweden winning with this song. I loved it. And I have so much more I could analyze with this song. I love how, I'll just say I'm going to leave a lot of my analyzing because if this wins, I will make a whole video about it. But I will say I love how they had just him, darkness, and then they had the slide at the yellow bar light at the top, and then it went back to darkness, and then the lights came back in. There was a gospel chorus already there. Like it just was brilliant staging, brilliant everything, brilliant song. It was incredible. And at first, when I saw like him getting interviewed and everything, I was like, "Oh, he seems very not cocky, but he just seemed like he was trying to sell himself. Like he had like a businessman approach, I guess, kind of like I don't know." But so at first I was like, I don't know, this guy's going to be like that YouTuber. And then when he's saying, he actually became humbled as he sang and let it all go and just felt the song. And I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much, and I'm willing to talk about it later because I really think it will win. I don't know how. I know that the jury will give it a win. Maybe the televote looked at last year with Austria and saw the high quality after the big jury result, and maybe they'll fall in love with this, but I really think this is one to invest in Sweden. Jen said John, I think, will win. I like it, but not my personal favorite. My personal favorite is Norsken, like you said, by Jon Henrik. Okay, I get it. Fun fact. No way. Jen is saying, fun fact, John has already had a song in Eurovision this year, but as a songwriter, Bigger Than Us, UK entry. And that's also co-written by Laurel Barker, is it? Laurel Barker, is that her name? Laurel Barker. Why do I keep like it's gonna change? Laura Barker. So Laura Barker wrote Bigger Than Us with. Now I'm just checking that. Like I believe you, but I need to see because I remember a lot of those songs were written by like 7 people. So I just want to see. It's Bigger Than Us. Well, Bigger Than Us is one of my favorite songs of the year as well. So it's kind of he's a good songwriter as well. Okay, I see. I see. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? It's such a small, tight knit community, isn't it? And then there's that guy that's like, that wrote the friend in Denmark or whatever. Come on, boys, come on, girls. He's writing a lot of songs as well. Tim Scholl or something. Laurel, okay, Bigger Than Us is written by Laurel Barker, Anna Clara Fallen, John Lundvik, I see him there, and Jonas Tander. Wow. Okay, so he was the 3rd co-writer in Bigger Than Us. And then you've got Too Late for Love. I just keep thinking, hear me. And I like that where it goes, hear me. And then the key change, clearly it was too high for him to say, hear me. And then he just points. And the gospel chorus does it. But it's clever. The jury will find that to be a clever thing to do. So Too Late for Love is written by... Don't tell me it's written by Laurel Barker. She's everywhere. She's trying to get world domination. Okay, so it's written by John Lundvik. Okay, he's the primary writer. Like, if someone's name's at the front for songwriting, it means that they've contributed the most. John Lundvik, Anders Vertov, Andreas Johansson. Haven't I seen that name, Andreas Johansson, before? I'm sure I have. Okay, so Laura Barker's no part of it. That's a shock. And also Benjamin Ingrosso was the writer for On My Own by Bishara, along with Marcus Seperfremench and Robert Hagman. Okay, interesting facts there. Wow, Jen, you just gave me a really interesting fact. That's so cool. That just blew my mind. Wow. How weird would that be if he won? I want him to win now because he'll have that and then it'll be like rooting for UK as well. So weird. Imagine if they were like the top 2. Oh, that would be so funny. Well, I really like Bigger Than Us as well. So, wow. So as you can see, semi-final 4 was humongous. And also I was like, I knew that we were going to lose some good ones. I didn't even go through like what the result was. So the result was that in semi-final 4, On My Own by Bishara went through, and John Lundvik, Too Late for Love went through. And On My Own was my 3rd favorite. Too Late for Love was my 1st. And I knew that the others, there would be so much. Lisa, Ajax, Ton went into 2nd chance, and I know that she would just do really well in the 2nd chance round, which is next week. So, or at the end of this week. And I just knew it. I knew that we would have to lose some people in this one. My 2nd favorite was Pagan, not my 2nd favorite, my 4th favorite, Pagan Fury Stormbringer. I also wanted to go through the 2nd chance, but that was last place. I think people just weren't feeling it, and it was right at the beginning, and the Pagan Fury thing freaked them out. Yeah, that was kind of a shame. The other one that went through was like my least favorite, I think, of that semifinal. Which is a shame. And Ann-Louise Hanson just got beaten at 5th place. So that was a tribute song that went through. So that will just be something that I don't know how that went through with so many great songs. Sometimes when you've got a bunch of powerful songs, it's one of those things people vote for a bunch of powerful songs and then they kind of like and competing with each other. So they all get like an even spaced amount of votes. But yeah. So what a great semi-final that was. Okay, well, that's it for now. Check out, I'll be doing a reaction and a review to the 2nd chance round for sure. And I'll be doing reaction reviews to many other videos and every entry and all that kind of stuff. So just remember to subscribe if you liked that. Thanks so much for watching. I think I know what song I'm going to sing us out. Until next time, bonsoir, you're up, and goodbye. Take me to your heaven, hold on to your dreams. Take me to your heaven when my nights are cold and